Hey everybody, it's Chugga Conroy. Welcome back to more Kirby's Epic Yarn. In the last episode, we defeated... Well, no, we didn't defeat the terrible Hot Wings. We played the 2 bonus levels that we unlocked from beating the great and terrible Hot Wings with a great rank. And in this episode, I'm going for the dramatic reveal of Treatland that I ruined in the end of the last episode by showing it to you. So, we're just going to pretend like that didn't happen, and we're going to pick up and move on. Okay. So, Toy Tracks, our very first level. Now, you think that this game has been cute already? It's about ready to get adorable, nostalgic, and just ticklingly adorable. Yeah, ticklingly. So you have a lot of mechanics here where you get to play with toys to make the level go forward. This is very nostalgic for, you know, any kid really who grew up in the 90s who actually had toys to play with. Thing is, a lot of my enjoyment actually as a kid came from toys because my dad thought video games were evil and I wasn't allowed to own any until my parents split up. When my mom actually let me own my first system, which was the N64. I know, crazy, huh? Anyway. But yeah, a lot of my enjoyment actually came from toys. Admittedly, I didn't play as them so much as I wanted to just collect every one of them. You know, like I kind of was that kid who got enjoyment from just collecting stuff. But yeah, I'm a big fan of toy-themed stuff. You know, I like Toy Story, and not just for the story, also for the toys. I think every kid had to own a Buzz back in the day, but yeah. Anyway, that's kind of enough of that. I don't want to talk about myself all that much when this is a Kirby video, so let's keep going through Toy Tracks. This is kind of a catchy theme. It's a bit repetitive, but hey, you only hear it in a couple levels. Right there we have a stuffed bear, and you might actually recognize that. That is one of the furniture items that is needed for apartment 202. So we already got one of those. Right here we have a new enemy. This is a sword soldier. I know, really simple name. His sword is just like the bow Waddle Dee, where you can just pick it up and then launch it at an enemy and it travels through them. That's kind of nice. Of course, I don't think I mentioned it, but you don't want to attack those Waddle Dees that are back there, obviously, because you'll mess up their mojo with throwing that thing and you can't get all the collectibles. But just listen to that squeaking sound effect on this rubber duck. I don't think there's any better toy than the kind that make the sound effect. You can see it has littler rubber ducks behind it. I know, my manly pride, what little is left of it, might be hurting a little bit from playing a level like this, but hey, I don't care. I'm sure you guys are enjoying it with me. I know sure as hell I'm enjoying it. I love making these videos, I love playing these games, so let's press onward. Away with you, manly pride! I don't need manly pride when playing a game like this because I'm able to disassemble people from whipping them. Yeah, Kirby's throwing arm is so strong that he can do that, as you know, as I pointed out. But yes, these toy soldiers, they have their noses removable as their gems, that kind of stuff. A lot of gems around here, but the main draw of this, you might notice that we kind of aren't anywhere close to getting a gold rank. And the reason for that is that just simply, we aren't in the bulk of the gems yet, so I wouldn't worry about it too much. But I kind of want to get in there, and I actually don't quite remember how to get in there. Give me just a moment. Ah, door right there. Okay. You can just keep going through here and just grab these gems should you want them. And then going down here, you can get this badge, which will get you this. I knew I wanted to go down here for some reason. I just didn't remember exactly why. Right there is a cannon soldier, as usual. Any enemy that is not holding a weapon doesn't need to have anything done to them. And I like his animation after you get rid of his weapon. He's just like, oh my god, I don't have a weapon, I can't do anything. I like how the legs are raising him up too. But anyway, this is it. We're going to remove his hat. That tab right there is going to let us remove his hat. Oh my god, he's bald! Okay, no, he has a tin robot under his hat. That had to be one uncomfortable hat. But he's not bald, but at least we can laugh at the fact that he has a mullet. Okay, not quite that bad, but still. Oh, God. So that tin robot was actually a bit of foreshadowing to right here. We have these, not really enemies, just level theme, I suppose, where we have robots here. I know, just they're really covering all the things. And if you get up here, check it out. It's the Android logo's awkward cousin. At least it's what I always thought it looked like. Either way, let's grab this rubber duck and let's have ourselves a good time. Let's hop on him and... Oh, come on! Taking away my mojo now. We don't take away the Waddle Dee's mojo, but you're taking away mine, and... I'm sorry, that just looks funny. Like, it's just like... It's like it's going down the hill. It sounds so funny. Either way. We have a spear soldier right there. He's got some more complicated moves to him, but... You know, as long as you whip him, he's relatively harmless. Either way. Whoa! I do not want to get squished. These guys actually are a bit of a threat because we have a third of our gold rank right here, and they're actually able to squish us. So you want to be a bit careful. Because if you're not, well, you could end up getting squashed, as I just said, or squished, whichever you prefer, really. Both of them are equally as deadly. Well, not really deadly. Both of them are equally as harmful to your wallet. That's really all I can say about that, because you can't die in Kirby's Epic Yarn. But again, that does not make it a bad game. I quite enjoy it. Anyway, enough of that. Let's just keep going forward. We have some gems right here, of course. Game is full of gems, but you can never have too many gems. Besides, we're out collecting gems for the great and powerful Dumb Wool. We need to have lots of gems for the guy. Okay, well, he's not actually here, though, so I shouldn't just do the voice for the sake of doing it. Either way. Let's smash that Waddle-Doo before he hurts us. And let's head on up. Okay, so, right here, I think is a... Yeah, right here. This is perhaps... Oh, God, Whistle Soldier. This is perhaps... I like his flags! It is like, we're 55 and I don't know. Either way, it's like a drill sergeant. But right here, we have this bear sitting in this bed, and he looks rather sad. Aww. But this is perhaps going to be the most adorable thing. We pull this down, and we see his foot's torn open. Paging Dr. Kirby. Paging Dr. Kirby. We need your services in the infirmary. Kirby performs surgery with his whip, and... Aw, now he's all better! And he got himself a lollipop for being such a good patient. Which the doctor ate. Okay. Either way, I just think that is the most adorable thing in this game so far. Either way, this is where the bulk of the level is going to be spent. All this has been preparation for this. We have... Train Kirby, and we're going to be pointing the Wiimote at the screen for this. Yeah. First time we're doing this in regular gameplay. Of course, not counting Dumb Wool. What you're going to do is you're going to draw on the screen, and you see that ball of yarn is unraveling and making train tracks. When that ball of yarn is fully unraveled, you can't draw any more tracks for a little while. So, it's pretty cool. You are going to want to just keep yourself going up for the time being. Right now, you don't really have to worry about much. There's some gems that you can collect if you want, and alternatively, you can also press the B button if you want to turn around and go back for something you might have missed. If you fall off of the tracks, they will disappear, so you have to make sure that you're making, you know, lines that Kirby can go along. Of course, if they're jagged, that's fine. You know, it's a Wiimote pointer. It's not going to be perfectly steady, but either way, I'm going to plow on through here, and these power-ups are what you're going to want to keep collecting. So, I think I've accurately explained everything that the train form is used for. This completes what I like to call your training. Yep, had to make a bad pun out of it. You know me. Either way, I was actually kind of worried I wasn't going to get that. That is the Toy Track song. Now, what we've picked up here, as you'll see, is a car. You're going to want to grab as many of these as you can. This is going to be how you're going to be getting your gold rank, because every one of these cars, you will get a crystal star for successfully delivering it to this train's destination. We got 3 of them right here. I believe that there's 4 of them, actually, but 3 is plenty. And there we go. So, we delivered all that stuff. We did all that. And just as a bit of a tip, because I didn't get to mention it, you can actually lose those cars if they fall off of the track for whatever reason and they fall away from you. Either way, though, let's get ourselves a 5-star rank. Come on! Give me good 5-star reviews down below this video, guys. Okay, no, not really. Can't believe I said that back when I first started making videos. I had a friend who was like telling me, like, you should say that because, you know, there's no reason why you shouldn't say that. But honestly, I feel like kind of telling people to say that they like your video is kind of cheap. That's why I don't do it now. But I can't say that I never did it. Either way. Got ourselves our gold rank. We got ourselves all 3 treasures. And there we go. So, Toy Tracks is completed. Perhaps the most adorable level in the game so far. It's not my favorite level in this world, but it's definitely the cutest one we've seen so far. I'll say that much. Either way, we have a hammer. Remember, kids, smash the ground with a hammer to make plants grow. And alternatively, you can use it to make fungi grow as well. Somebody should tell Mario that. Maybe that's why he carried a hammer in Donkey Kong, where he was trying to grow some mushrooms, then Donkey Kong's like, oh, I can't have that, I'm capturing your girlfriend! And I was actually beating my chest while doing that. But either way, we have Mushroom Run right here. Looks a lot like Mushroom Hill Zone from Sonic the Hedgehog 3, if I do say so myself, but hey. Wow, I said Sonic, and if I do say so myself in the same sentence, gee, I wonder what popular Let's Player that sounds like. Admittedly, I've been watching him a bit lately. Those of you who know who I'm talking about should pick up exactly on what I'm saying. Either way, we got some button bees in this level, and I thought I'd mention something. Button bees can actually get stuck in the ground, as you saw right there. And on top of that, unlike button flies, they do split off into 3. Went ahead and killed off that Shelby. And we can get some gems back here, if you want to do that. And these mushrooms work in a few different ways. If you just fall on them, you will do that. However, if you ground pound them, you can get much greater height on them. So turning into a weight here is a good thing to do. You're going to need to do this to get some collectible, just letting you know. But, time being, how about we float over here, we swing from side to side, and we put a lot of transformations together by transforming into a parachute here, slowly descending and getting ourselves a ton of gems. Really like that. Right here is an enemy that's kind of out of place. You'd think it's a mushroom enemy, but no. It's actually a jellyfish enemy. It's called a sea jelly, to be exact. I know, it's kind of weird that a water world enemy is here, of all places. I mean, I guess it does look kind of like a mushroom. I can kind of agree there, and you didn't get to see it there, though, but the Shelby actually launched up into the air. They are not immune to your whip, despite the fact they might look like it. Besides their zapping, they can trap you in balls of cotton, which will stun you a bit, but that's really about it. They're not really too threatening. I do find their electricity to be kind of annoying, though, but that's really the worst I can say about them. And there's 2 ways you can go about getting this gift box over here. You can either just land on this after parachuting, and you can just stand on a mushroom. So that's another bit of depth to the mushrooms. You can just walk over to it. Or you can do the more fun way, where you launch yourself sky high. Yellow mushrooms will launch you a lot higher than red. And you pound through all this. Woo! And then you whip it. Whip it good. It's not too late. That was the wrong lyrics. But either way, we get a mushroom bed. And even though it's a bouncy nap, I'm going to bet that bed is really easy to sleep in with how many spores are going to friggin' get into your lungs and brain and all that. I don't know if that's exactly the healthiest way to make yourself sleep, but hey, whatever works. Okay, now, in all honesty, I don't recommend doing shrooms, even though doing shrooms would be more likely to just make you sit alone in your room and pluck out your eyebrows or some disgusting stuff like that, rather than actually make you easier to sleep. I don't know. I've never done mushrooms, and I don't plan to, so don't quote me on what they actually do. Either way, I really do want to get up there, God. These inverted mushrooms, there's nothing really special about them. You can't bounce off of them, but either way, they're still nice looking. And, no, Kirby, get up there. Kirby. Oh, God. You know, I'm half expecting one of these days that when I say that to have my cat barge in. For those of you that don't know, my cat's name is Kirby. And it's kind of funny because a lot of people have told me, like, you know, like, oh, I thought you said you didn't like Kirby very much. Like, why is your cat named Kirby? The thing is, when I was younger, I didn't like Kirby games that much. I've warmed up to them more in recent years, and Epic Yarn was kind of the game that got me to give the series another go, and I got older, and I really liked this game when it came out. But, thing is, yeah, I didn't like Kirby through most of my childhood. In fact, my mother named him. By pure coincidence, my mom wanted to name him a video game character name, and I was just like, okay, having my pet named after a Nintendo character, whether she knows it or not, I'll go with it. That's kind of what my attitude was about it. But yes, to clear up a lot of the confusion about my cat and about my like for the Kirby series, that's that. Get a crystal star right there if you don't ground pound. If you ground pound on a blue mushroom, it will launch you forward. We got a slobber right there. I'm going to go ahead and do that. And there we go. We now have our silver rank. Not bad. Oh, God, a Shelby. That name never stops being awkward for me to say. That is perhaps the most awkward name ever. Got a bit of a, at least for me. Got a mushroom hut over here with a crystal star in it. Should you want to grab that? So, not bad. And we got some gems right over here. How about we head up there and see if we can collect them? All right. Let's go ahead and pound down. And is that going to get us gold rank? Not quite. Oh, well. Either way, though, I do like the look of this level a lot. Like I said earlier, it reminds me a lot of Mushroom Hill Zone from Sonic. And, you know, despite the fact that I mostly play Nintendo games, I do like Sonic games. You know, maybe I'll Let's Play one of them someday. I don't know. There are a few choice Sonic games I can think of that I find a bit underappreciated. No, Next Gen is not one of them. Okay. Anyway, even though a lot of you want me to play that game, I don't know why. If anything, I think it's kind of overdone anymore, but I don't know. Either way, I need to stop talking about Sonic stuff and actually talk about what I'm doing here. Got our gold rank already. D. Where did Shelby go? What the? How did it get up here? What the heck happened? That was really weird. Either way, you get Shelby up here. For some reason I couldn't get it, and you just roll it on through, and it will smash all those blocks, allowing you to get the music for Mushroom Run. You know, I find it kind of odd how they combine Mushroom and Run together like that, instead of just calling it Rushroom. Okay, I had to. Man, I don't know. I'll admit that I like subtle humor, but at the same time, I really do like just in-your-face puns where you know that they're unfunny, but they're just fun to say, and they're fun to quote, and just, I don't know, fun to repeat to people, especially people that don't like puns. Hence why John and I get along so well. Okay, no, not really, but... Either way, very ironically, a lot of you guys were like, God, I bet John would hate this Let's Play if he watched it, considering how many puns you're making. And like people are just like, God, you know, I like this Let's Play, but I bet John would hate it. But very ironically, I showed this to John when I was first recording it, and he actually said that he liked it a lot. Like, he liked this series quite a bit. I'm not sure if I'd say that he liked it, you know, like a ton, but he did tell me that it was a good video, like when I showed him the first one, and it's kind of odd to hear that out of John, but hey. Either way, launch yourself Sky Higher here, get yourself a Crystal Star, and with that, I've recovered my gold rank. Just in time for the end of the level, we have our collectibles. Let's get a 5-star rank, come on. Got one earlier, let's see if we can make it 2 for 2. Yeah, okay. And with that, we have now gotten a cake patch. Now, when you think of all the ways that a cake could open up a level, I want you to do this again if you've never played Kirby's Epic Yarn. I want you to think of all the ways that you think a slice of cake could be used to open a level. You're not coming up with very many ideas, are you? Well, if you were able to come up with even one idea, I bet it's going to be somewhat similar to this. How that opened a door, I have no idea. But either way, I think that's a good enough run for this video. We had our 2 levels per video once again. Next time on Kirby's Epic Yarn, we're going to be heading into Sweets Park. Oh my god, an amusement park made entirely out of food. I can't wait for it, neither can you, Kirby. I can see you nodding your head at it. Okay. A lot of people say that when I do this and I'm talking, they imagine Kirby saying my words. I don't know. It's not what I was quite going for, but I can see why you'd think that. Either way, I am really excited. See you guys then.